increasing over its domain or it is decreasing over its domain. Selling them.
True.
You're right. With the same preamble.
Hey! Charlie, this school is brilliant. My son will attend this school at all costs. Hey, let me call Acquaah. What? That shock safe. Listen. Our son will attend the school at all costs.
Send money home.
Listen, I'm sending some more money for him, okay? Right. Oh, right now. You may draw you pieces here. Yeah, okay, right.
Fast and easy. Try me to pay.
My boy.
Help you make the
Nice
most
one.
of your money. Meet and needs, send fire to pay. Try me to pay.
Jupe Money Transfer. Send money home to family and loved ones from the US and Canada. Download the Jupe app, send money with your school code, and your school gets $20 on your first transaction for any school project of their choice. For your school code and for more information, visit www.jupe.co. Download the app to join the Jupe train. Jupe Money Transfer. Meet a need. Send via Jupe.
afternoon once again. You are welcome to the second episode of the Mentorship Sessions. And today we are privileged to have with us Jeremy Acquaah. He is a STEAM coordinator and he's a robotics coach, very passionate about inclusive experiential learning across Ghana and Africa. Jeremy is also the lead consultant for STEM-powered incorporation, where he supports schools, communities, and youth-focused organizations. Can we give it up for Jeremy as he joins us for the second episode?
Hello, everyone. Can you all hear me? Okay. You heard a bit about me, but before we get into it, I just want us to have a quick icebreaker. Is that okay? Yes. So I'll mention a word, and you just tell me what comes to mind. Is that good? Is that good? Yes. So when you hear the word coding, what comes to mind? Anyone? Coding. Yeah. Robotics. Anyone? Ones and zeros. Anyone from this side? Programming. When you hear the word AI, what comes to mind? Anyone? I want someone from the back. I come. AI, what comes to mind? Artificial intelligence. Anyone? Anyone else? Robots. Anyone else? There's a particular word I'm looking for. AI. Oh, it's now common. Oh. Anyone from here? When you hear the word AI, what comes to mind? IT. Someone has to mention this word before I move. It's very common. Plenty people use it now. What comes to mind? Technology. No. There's one particular common one. ChatGPT. Yes, when you hear AI nowadays, the first thing that comes into people's mind is ChatGPT. Which word? When you hear the word noodles, what comes to mind? Noodles. Noodles. Indomie, that's right. When you hear the word toothpaste, what comes to mind? Toothpaste. Pepsodent, that's nice. And a last one, when you hear the word Milo, what comes to mind? Tea. Nescafe. Mixi Choco, when you hear the word Milo, Mixi Choco comes to mind. Oh, wow. Anyone from the back, when you hear the word Milo? Tea. Okay. Milo drink. Okay, interesting. Yes, so today our topic for discussion is going to be exploring the world of STEM beyond the classroom. So when you hear the word STEM, what comes to mind? STEM. What comes to mind? Today I'm going to be interacting more with you guys. So yeah. Science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Can you all clap for her? She has done well. Yeah, so science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. I think before coming, I heard your teacher saying that it's taking over the world, and if you are not doing anything related to this field, then you may be lacking behind. So, truth be told, it's actually taking all over, and for you being here, just consider yourself to be privileged, because I was not long ago, I was just like you, and I also fell in love with STEM. That's how I would put it, and now I'm here. So just give it up for yourself. You being here, just give it up for yourself. Yeah. So exploring the world of STEM beyond the classroom. I want to hear from you. When you hear this topic, what comes to mind? What do you think we are going to be discussing? Yeah. Encouraging students to pursue their careers. Can we clap for her? She has done well. Any other person?
Applying what we study to our daily life.
Nice. Applying what we study to our daily lives. Please let's put it up for her. Yeah.
In our community and the world as a whole.
The importance of STEM in our communities and the world as a whole. Please let's clap for her. I want someone from the back. Yeah. Perfect. The availabilities of opportunities. Please let's put it up for her. Yeah, the availabilities of opportunities. So I'm going to tell you a story of a young boy who got the opportunities, like what she's saying, exploring opportunities to venture into something that he later realized was his calling and his purpose. So there was this young guy in school who was not, I'll say he was above average. You know, in class there are some people, they are not too sharp, they are not too down. It's like they are just in the class and they are like the people person in the class. Do you have some people like that in your classrooms? Yeah, someone comes to mind. Yeah. So that's how this guy was, and he was just, sometimes he got fed up with school, like, why am I studying all these subjects? I mean, I'll go and, last we call it, chew all what is expected and just go and pour in the exams. But then he chanced on an opportunity, which I believe you being seated here too is also an opportunity for you. And having Primetime organize this is something that is worth mentioning. So please, can we put it up for Primetime for putting this together? Yeah, so he chanced on an opportunity where he was exposed to STEM by an organization called the Ghana Robotics Academy Foundation. So this is an organization that was set up by a Ghanaian robotics engineer working at NASA today. And he had this passion of giving back and supporting young people in Ghana. So he set up an annual competition called the Robotics Inspired Science Education. So way back as of around 2010, 2011, when like chew and pour was really a thing, like now I think it's getting better. Now you're having some more practicals, but way back as of then, it was a big challenge. So he himself realized it, and he came together with a couple of friends, and he got sponsorship from Google to embark on this robotics-inspired science education. So the whole idea of the robotics-inspired science education was to teach students and encourage them how to apply their basic science and math that they've been learning in class to solve simple problems in their daily lives. And that was what the whole concept of the robotics-inspired science education was about. So he started it and got many high schools to join that competition. So it was a robotics competition where you are giving robotics kits to explore and also solve basic challenges. So something like being able to build, construct, and program a robot to like follow a line, avoid obstacles, that kind of stuff. So in that journey, this young guy felt that this was what he wanted to do because it helped him to understand and appreciate the basic concepts he was learning in math and science, like the equation of a straight line, reflection, refraction. He was being able to appreciate it right there, to be able to see how it's being applied in the real world. So having fallen in love in this field that he found himself, he went on to pursue it with all his heart. So it was an opportunity that even till this day, he always looks back and is grateful for, because there's this saying that opportunity comes but once, but then when the opportunity presents itself, you have to take advantage of it and make the most out of it. So he held on to this saying and journeyed on, and this young guy had the opportunity to represent his school in regional competitions in robotics and international competitions in robotics. Then pursued computer science and robotics as well, and also realized that there was a need to also support other students who also don't have that privilege like how he did. So he started with volunteering. So one thing that I want each and every one of you to note down right now is volunteering. You are looking at the topic, exploring the world of STEM beyond the classroom. So beyond the classroom, one thing as young people stated right here, senior high school students, that you should appreciate and hold on to is volunteering. So he had this, I'm continuing the story, so he had this calling to give back, to volunteer. So he started with teaching and training students and mentoring young people in various regions on various projects to inspire them that whatever they are dreaming of is actually possible, but then it starts from somewhere. So in as much as there were challenges along the way, things came together, and now he's been able to also run his organization that is kind of providing consultations to organizations and communities who want STEM-related services. So you see, so I said this story, and this is me. I'm the young guy, so you can clap for me if you want. Yeah, I'm the young guy standing in front of you. So that is my story, and I decided to share that with you to let you know that it is actually something that can be done and can be achieved, and it starts right from here. So let's get right into some of the career opportunities in STEM. I want to hear from you. What are some of the things that you've heard? Data analysis, or a data analyst. Any other person? AI consultant. Oh, wow. Yeah. Software engineering. Any other person? I want someone from here. No one has spoken here. Yeah. Web developer. Okay. Any other person? Cyber security. Yeah. Cyber security is now a big deal in Ghana here. Aerospace engineering. Any other person? Machine learning engineer. Civil engineer. I want a guy from the back. A guy from the back who has not spoken. Mention any career opportunity that you may have heard of. Anyone? Oh, the guys, don't disappoint me. Yeah. Environmental engineering, that's nice. Data scientist. Mechanical engineering. Forensic scientist. Okay, nice. Okay, so I think, will I be right to say that each and every one of you here has at least a fair idea of some of the career opportunities that are in STEM? Are we all good? I mean, you've heard quite a number of them. So let's narrow it down to the opportunities that lie in front of you right when you finish West Africa Senior High School. So coming back to STEM, so STEM in Ghana now has become very broad, and we have a lot of organizations that are doing very well in this field. So in the biomedical space, there's this organization called Mino Health AI Labs. Who has heard of Mino Health AI Labs? So this is an organization that is being run over here, and I think they are right now leading the conversation when it comes to AI in Africa and even in Ghana. And what they do is they've developed an AI model that helps radiologists to be able to detect the scans when patients go for their X-rays and give efficient feedback from the scans that it's been able to analyze. So that is what they are doing. And I want you guys to note that organization that when we are done, you can go on to read about it and what they are doing, because they are really making waves when it comes to the biomedical engineering space in Ghana and across Africa. And another organization is Acquaah AI. Has anyone heard of Acquaah AI? You've heard of Acquaah AI. Can you tell us what Acquaah AI is about? You can't. Any other person? Acquaah AI. Acquaah AI. Okay, so Acquaah AI is also an AI model that has been built right here from our very own roots, and I think it was built by an organization called the Ghana NLP, Ghana Natural Language Processing Organization, and I think it's being run by one old former NSMQ contestant called Paul Azuri. So I think the Acquaah AI now is able to translate 32 African languages. So in case, let's say, you are speaking English and you want to know how what you are saying in English can be translated to your local language, Acquaah AI is a platform that enables that for you to know how to translate from one language to another. So I'll keep on mentioning these organizations for you to get to know that there are opportunities even right here in Ghana, and there are people who are actively contributing to this space. And you should also aspire to be able to actually also get to that place or even contribute and do even bigger things. So there's also an organization called Firefly IO. Has anyone heard of Firefly? Yeah, so Firefly is also into robotics and STEM education. So what they do is they've been able to transform filaments that's 3D printed filament into robots, affordable robotics that enable students to like appreciate concepts in science and math, to be able to solve basic problems like I had mentioned earlier. And in this organization to, I think, Yemachi Biotech, I don't know if any of you. So in as much as I'm mentioning these organizations, right from here, I want each and every one of you to do a little research, start to connect more with what is happening inside the ecosystems, because mind you are looking at exploring the opportunities of STEM beyond the classroom, because you and I would agree that with how there's day in, day out, there's been technological advancements, you are not just confined to what is being taught to you in the classroom. Right now, the playing field has become leveled, and now there's even AI. So you shouldn't just stick to what is being taught to you in the classroom. You should also find some ample time on your breaks, on weekends, to explore what is also happening in Ghana's tech ecosystem or Ghana's biomedical ecosystem, or whichever ecosystem that you yourself are also aspiring to get to. So in terms of coming back to volunteering, I just want to mention a few tech communities that I know of that also provide opportunities for young people like you right after high school to also get to know how you are going to navigate your future prospects or aspirations. So in Ghana, there are some tech communities like GDG Accra, which stands for Google Developer Group Accra. So we all know Google, right? Everyone knows Google. So Google has like a community across Africa, and in Ghana, Ghana's one is called the Google Developer Group Accra. So they've been having training sessions and workshop sessions, and there's also a climax of like tech events where you have professional Googlers, let me say, come together to share their experience. I don't know which class am I speaking to? Are you guys in SHS 1, SHS 2, SHS 3 and 2, perfect. So those of you who are about finishing your WASI or even preparing to write your WASI, when you go on breaks, just be on the lookout for some of these organizations. Just out of your own curiosity, you can just one day get up and Google what are some of the tech communities in Ghana making waves, or which organization in Ghana provides training opportunities for young people. So there's GDG Accra, there's Python Accra. How many of you know Python, the programming language Python? Yes, so the Python Software Foundation, which is based in the US, they have a community also in Africa. And the one in Africa is being run by an organization called PyCon Africa. So PyCon Africa has a subsidiary called Python Accra. So it's like a developer community, all right, but then they also run some workshops and training sessions for young people. So in as much as you are going to school, some of you are day students, you guys come to school on weekends as well, but then for me, I would say at your stage, you can decide to take some calculated risks. I'll not say take risks, but then take some calculated risks. Risks that you know that when you take, you'll be able to balance it out if anything should happen or anything should go down south. So there's Python Africa, you go and check that. And there's, which other organization haven't I mentioned? Recently, there's the Ghana Youth Tech Summit. So it's also like a forum where young people and innovators come together to share their experiences, and they engage with young professionals in real time, and they get feedback. And it's also a great program that you can also look into. So in as much as I'm going on, when you have any question, just feel free to raise your hand and just let me know. Yeah, so let's also talk about the challenges. Because for me, growing up, I faced a lot of challenges, like what is life without challenges? But then it is the courage to keep on going and to push yourself and to self-motivate. So yesterday when we had the STEM festival lunch, one of the sponsors from Truster AI talked about self-motivation, how he was able to self-motivate himself right from high school to university, and it was something great. So one thing that I would also want to encourage each and every one of you over here is to always try and find ways and means to find inspirations around you. And sometimes you may not even get it around you, but then you look at yourself, look at the things that you want to achieve, the goals that you are aspiring to, and just let it motivate you, let it encourage you. I've mentioned quite a number of organizations and people that you can go and read about their works, that they are actually doing great. Because me like this, even as a young robotics engineer, some people still inspire me, some people still keep me going, because it's not going to be all rosy when you are done with high school, especially facing this challenge of which course should I choose, which course will be a best fit, that kind of thing. And I just want to encourage each and every one of you to keep pushing and also find ways and means to motivate yourself internally, even when your surrounding doesn't seem inspiring enough. Okay, so at this point, I'd also want to talk about something that is very dear to my heart. And I think it connects to the theme today, exploring the world of STEM beyond the classroom. I'd want to say that it is you being here is like a launch pad for each and every one of you. Each and every one of you is just a stepping stone to greater things ahead. So whilst you are here, study hard and make the most out of the little opportunities that you find around yourself. I don't know if there's like a STEM club or something. Is there like something like that over here? I think I'll have to speak to your teacher about that afterwards. So try and join these clubs, or even if there's none available, you can actually start one. And for me personally, I'll be glad to like guide you and help you how to like coordinate things if you are to have one like that. Because I understand that there are challenges. You being here, it's not, sometimes you may desire to do something, you may desire to explore something, but there are challenges and you may sometimes seem to want to give up. But I don't think it should always be the case like that. And we being young, I think it is something that we sometimes tend to fall down to when like we face challenges. But then I think it's gradually going to change. It's not going to happen just at the snap of your fingers and everything is all good. But then gradually, when you put in the effort, changes will happen definitely. And I also want to make this statement that in this generation that we are in, and in this recent times of technological advancement, to me, I think the greatest disservice you can do to yourself in this day and age is to limit your learning to just the classroom. Like, you wake up in the morning, come to school, listen to what the teacher says, and that's all. You study, you pass the exams, and go. Right now, the playing field, as I said, has been leveled in to some extent with this AI all around us. So for me, I always say the greatest disservice you can do to yourself as a young person or as anyone living in this age is to limit your learning to the classroom. Don't let the classroom be your boundary, but then let it be a launch pad for you to soar higher to greater things that you'd want to achieve. So I'd really, really want each and every one of you, if you've not taken anything from what I've said, I just want you to take this, that the greatest disservice that you can do to yourself is to limit your learning to the classroom. Don't let the classroom be a boundary that holds you or confines you, but let it be a launch pad for you. See it as a stepping stone to greater things that you would want to achieve, and make the most out of it. And trust me, it's all going to come together in the long run. So I'd want to end here, and if you have any questions and comment, I'll be glad to have that. So on that note, thank you very much, and I'll take questions now.
But you can do better. Did you enjoy it? Did you enjoy it? Jeremy, quick one, before you go, I have a question. So my question is simple. As somebody that has been in the STEM field for a long time, these are young people who don't have the tools. What would you say are some of the opportunities or the tools that they can use to help them, grow and become better versions of themselves right after they are done with school?
Okay, so opportunities and with tools. Who here doesn't have access to AI or doesn't use? Are you guys in boarding? It's a day school. Some boarding day. So I think even with the boarding, you guys have access to like computers, or AI is banned and computers is banned here. But for me, what I would suggest that you can explore is when you go for breaks, when you go for vacations, on weekends. These times are times that you shouldn't just go about hanging with friends and be like, oh, I'm going for classes. Fine, it's good to go for classes, but on these breaks, as I've mentioned these organizations, find time and visit their websites, explore because I've worked with a couple of them and I've realized that they provide such opportunities to young people like you. So there's Firefly.io, there's Python Acquaah, I mentioned GDG Acquaah, I mentioned there's one recently that I had the opportunity to work with, Innovotech Lab, there's the Ghana Youth Tech Summit. So there are that's why I'm saying that on your leisure time, when you go for breaks, connect and get to know what is happening around you. I know recently, like, it seems there's AI boom here and there, and everyone seems to be connected to the news in the Western world more than what is happening in their space. Because the Kaya AI that I mentioned that was developed by a former NSMQ contestant with his team, it's actually making waves now in the AI space. I think they beat the current Google model for translation. Because to be able to translate to 32 African languages is no joke. You can explore the opportunity. So the opportunities are there, but then you have to take the step to search for them and be on the lookout for them. And with the organizations that I've mentioned, they can also help you get to that. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Jeremy.
Okay.
So we are done with our second mentorship sessions. If you have questions, raise your hand and I'll come to you and then you will ask your question.
Okay, I'm Amarisia Kosieja Foma, and my question is, you mentioned career opportunities right after SHS. I want to ask, you said we should go online to search, okay, I get it, but is it about work opportunities or what courses I should study, or I will get a hands-on view of what I want to go into? For instance, I want to go into robotics. These opportunities like the Giga or the Python, when I go, will I get hands-on view of how the work is, or just what I should study in the university after SHS? That I want to ask.
That's a brilliant question. So two things. One, you get exposure to the courses that are available for you to explore in the university. So quite recently at Academic City, a session like that was held. And I think coming 20th November, one to be held like that. So there's one where you are having a workshop session on engaging recent high school graduates and even those who are still in high school on how to do basic programming, how to do IoT. And there's also another session where you have like industry experts coming to share their experience and what is happening in the industry. And there's one, too, that is tailored to what happens to your education after high school. What are the opportunities available in terms of courses, because some people have aspirations, but they don't know where to go to, who to go to, that kind of thing. So I know that, and Coming 20th November, there will be one like that held at Academic City, I think, and recently too, there was one to held there. So this organization called Innovotech Lab, they are actively doing that now. Yeah. Any other?
Okay, any more questions?
I'm in the person of Wadi Jessica, and my question is, so what advice would you give to start with, a data analytics once told me that you shouldn't do two new things simultaneously.
Yeah.
So what advice would you give to a student who want to pursue a career in the biological sector at the same time at the IT sector?
Perfect. So I'd personally gotten that kind of question a lot from students. So biomedical sector and IT, I think a field that relates is the biomedical engineering field. So they do a bit of IoT stuff, a bit of engineering, and they combine it with biology stuff to solve real-world problems around that. So that is an area of study. And even with the NSMQ quiz mistress, you can look into her profile. You realize that she got to a point where she wanted to do medicine, but then she also had a thing for technology. I think there was something like that. So you can pick up inspiration from that and explore the world of biomedical engineering. Yeah, that's what I'll say. I hope that answers your question. Yeah.
Please, I go by the name Emin Trushan, and my question is as follows. You listed some programs that are available for students that want to work in the technological field. But then my question is that, do they have specific requirements per age and educational levels?
There's no specific requirements. The requirements that I would say is your willingness to learn and you being able to make the sacrifice to show up. And you can even go to the extent of sending these organizations that I've mentioned messages. They have emails on their websites, and maybe when we close afterwards, we can also speak. Because I feel like there's no restriction now. There's no restriction now. It's the best of my knowledge. Yeah, there's no restriction now.
I'm formerly known as Acquaah Justina, and I have a question. My question is that about the volunteering. Well, volunteering is a very good thing, and we all would like. Me personally, I would like to volunteer for STEM. And volunteering has to do with you having the tools and then the equipment and the knowledge about what you want to volunteer about. Well, me personally, I would say I don't have the tools and the equipment and the mechanisms too much on STEM to be able to help me volunteer. So my question is, how do I go about this?
Okay, that's a good question. So I think this will lead me to, let's talk about some of the misconceptions around the field of STEM. So some people think that STEM is just for the science guys, but I tell you what, it's not only for the science guys. STEM is for everyone. Think of anyone at all. They are, in one way or the other, applying STEM in their field. And talking about volunteering, that's the beauty of volunteering. To me, I didn't have the skills, I didn't have the tools, but then I feel like as young people, once you have this drive, once you have this passion, and once you are willing to commit and sacrifice a bit of your time, that alone is the stepping stone. So far as you are willing to learn from other people, you are willing to humble yourself to be like, oh, I don't know this, but then I'm willing to explore this opportunity. I'm willing to go the extra mile to get to know what this is about. What are these people doing? What is happening in the tech space in Ghana? What are young people engaged in Ghana when it comes to biomedical engineering, when it comes to robotics, when it comes to IT, when it comes to cybersecurity, when it comes to data analysis? You see, it doesn't always have to be you being like a professional and you are going to join the organization. No. And I mean, these organizations also know that you are young people. You are coming right from high school. So I think it's something that you should consider, that it's not always about you having it all figured out, having the best of skills before you think of volunteering or before you think of supporting an initiative. It shouldn't always be. Once you have this passion, once you have this creative intuitiveness, once you have this drive, you are good to go. I hope I've answered your question.
So we're taking our last question.
Okay.
My name is Marvelous. And so there are a lot of misconceptions about STEM that most people who venture into STEM create apps. Like most of them are apps creation. And so I want to know other inventions STEM brings, apart from the creation of apps, that no organization have created before.
Oh, wow. Okay. That's a wonderful question. And it's actually true that it's not only about mobile app development. There are so many, someone mentioned data analysis, someone mentioned machine learning, someone mentioned cybersecurity. All these are also connected to STEM. But just that currently it seems majority of the people like making waves are more into the mobile app development space and software engineering. And even in that domain, it's now changing rapidly because of AI. Because now, me myself coding, I don't remember the last time I had to like code from scratch. Because what I do is, once I understand the code that I'm getting from either ChatGPT, Gemini, or Google, or Cloud, I'm just good to go. It's just being able to understand the code and knowing how to like edit it when like there's an error, or knowing how to debug it if I should put it. So it's not just about mobile app development. There are other opportunities like what I've mentioned. Does that answer your question? I should come again. Does that answer? It's not convincing enough. Okay. Okay, then maybe you can talk afterwards.
Yes, you can see him after so that you...
Yeah, I'll be around for some time.
So, Jeremy, before you go, I have one question. What excites you most about the future of STEM education in Ghana and Africa? I mean, we are in the best school in Africa, aren't we? So I want to know, how can students start preparing, today to be part of that future?
Okay, that's a good question. So how to start preparing, I think it comes back to the statements I made earlier. And I'll keep on saying it. And before you leave here, it should keep on ringing in your mind that you shouldn't just limit your learning to the classroom. I guess that you guys are doing how many courses? 8 courses or 7? 8 courses, and it's a lot. But then I still believe that if you are to dedicate, even if it's just 30 minutes, 20 minutes a week, to learn something new outside what you are actually, because if you have to think about it, right now, the space is huge. So what will set you apart from any other person? Like, I can get 8 A's, I can get admission to Acquaah University, Legon, or anywhere. But then when you go there, what will make you different? Like, it's not, to me, I see it as, it's not just about you being able to get your 8 A's and gaining admission to university. Looking at the times that we are, everything is changing. That is great, all right. But then, in a global perspective, that is totally taking a different way. And coming back to the other part of the question, what excites me the most is the potential of young people, myself inclusive, and the people that have had the opportunity of mentoring for global robotics competitions. I've realized that the potential is endless, and it's something that always inspires me, that in as much as there are being waves of young people in the Western world doing great stuff and big stuff, there are very few not very few, quite a number of people that I've worked with in Ghana here, their potential and drive and curiosity alone is something that fuels my daily activities and pushes me to actually go the extra mile to support all others. Because for me, it's more of paying it forward, because when I was very young, someone also looked out for me. And I think it is in the best of interest to actually make it count and give back. So for me, that's what excites me. Yeah.
Thank you, Jeremy. He mentioned the quote and he mentioned it about 5 times. That is the greatest disservice you can do to yourself as a young person. Who remembers that quote? What did he say? What was the full statement he made? What is the greatest disservice you can do to yourself as a young person? What did he say? Let me go here. Just because I didn't hear them talk.
So he said, by limiting yourself, learning only class. So the greatest disservice you can do to yourself is by limiting your learning only in class.
Okay, the greatest disservice you can do to yourself is limiting yourself to the classroom. That was what he said. So,
I think I'd have to say it again so that this time.
Yes.
So please, I think maybe you have to repeat.
You have to repeat it after
Yeah,
you
so,
to make it very exciting.
So I'll say the whole thing, then we go again and we'll say it together. Is that okay? Yeah, so it is the greatest disservice you can do to yourself in this day and age is to limit your learning to the classroom. Don't let the classroom be a boundary, but let it be a launch pad for you. That is the statement. That is something that I myself, I live by. And I believe if each and every one of you should live by, it's going to open many doors that you may not think of. So
it's a good quote, right?
Let's go again. So 1, go. The greatest disservice you can do to yourself in this day and age is to limit your learning to the classroom. Do not let the classroom be your boundary, but let it be your launch pad. Yeah, that's it. So give it up for yourself.
Did we enjoy it? Are you sure? Okay. So before we go, Mr. Acquaah, he has a few questions for you, just as you've asked him the question. He also has a question for you to see if you were paying attention. And when you answer the question, there is a reward. So he's going to ask the question. So yes, 5 questions. And if you answer, you get a prize. So please pay attention. Give it up for Mr. Acquaah. And the answer to the question, Jeremy would also have to confirm if you are right.
Okay.
Because it's from what he said that he has drafted his questions. Okay, so please give us the questions.
So the first question, there was an AI he mentioned, Kaya AI, and he said it was developed by a former NSMQ contestant. Now, who can mention the name of this person? Full name.
Please, I go by the name Isa Hawakali. Paula Zulu.
Okay.
Please mention it again.
Paula Zulu.
Yeah.
Paul.
It's great.
Paula
Let's give it up for her.
Give it up for her.
So, one gone. The next question. We are not moving away from Kaya yet. So, how many African languages?
I think you have to change this question.
I'm changing the question. Okay, so after mentioning Kaya AI, he added some initials, GNLP.
Yeah.
Who can mention the full meaning of GNLP? Yes, the boys.
No. You tried.
So I go by the name Josephine Atidiga, and the organization is Ghana Natural Language Processing.
Yeah, that's it.
That's correct.
The boys, were you not paying attention? You are allowing all the girls
The
to
boys.
take the shirts.
So the next question is, he also mentioned, an organization that developed an AI that is concerned with radiology.
Yeah.
So we want to know what is the name of this organization.
I've got one boy here.
So the name of this AI organization is Yemachi Biotech.
No.
Minor health AI.
Yeah, that's it.
That's correct.
So we have one more shirt.
One more shirt.
Who's going to be
So
the
the last
winner?
question. If you get it wrong, you move your shirt. So, last question. What was the theme for the program?
I think this one has to go to the back.
If you read, you are disqualified. Nobody is reading. You are not allowed to read.
Exploring the world of STEM beyond the class.
Yeah, that's it.
That's correct.
Okay. I mean, that's not really the theme, but no.
She's close, eh?
Should we give it to her?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. We are giving it to you. All right, give it up for Jeremy and Mr. Acquaah for an amazing job. Did you enjoy today's session? Did you enjoy? Trust me, tomorrow's session and Friday's session, you will enjoy it more. I mean, Jeremy, thank you so much for your time.
Okay.
You have been an amazing. And tomorrow we have another mentor that will be joining us. Her name is Vanessa Astiljanimatu. She's a nurse. And also a CEO of She4G Foundation. She'll be joining us tomorrow, and we hope to see all of you and then have an amazing session. This is the end of the second mentorship sessions, and my name is Vanessa Blessnoji once again. It was amazing seeing you all, and I hope to see you all tomorrow again.
I think
increasing over its domain, or it is decreasing over its domain. Selenam.
True.
You're right. With the same preamble.
Hey! Childhood school is brilliant. My son will attend the school at all costs. Hey, let me call Adwa. What? I shock safe. Listen. Our son will attend the school at all costs.
Send money home.
Listen, I'm sending some more money for him, okay? Right. Oh, right now. Make sure you is here. Yeah, okay, right.
Fast and easy. Try me to pay.
My boy.
Hope you make the most of your money. Need, send fire to pay. Try me to pay.
Jupe Money Transfer. Send money home to family and loved ones from the US and Canada. Download the Jupe app, send money with your school code, and your school gets $20 on your first transaction for any school project of their choice. For your school code and for more information, visit www.jupe.co. Download the app to join the Jupe train. Jupe Money Transfer. Meet a need. Send via Jupe.